Hello guys, I'm Cupcake,
I'm Keylime.
and today we're just gonna be doing a video about our opinions on the support heroes in Overwatch 2.
As of season 17.
Yes, but this will include Wuyang. So even though he's not fully out yet, we just kind of like to talk about him a little bit and our thoughts so far.
Let's break down our tiers, should we? So at the very top, we have needs a nerf, which I feel like is pretty self-explanatory. Like, a character is so strong and they need to be nerfed. Like, they're in every game. Like, get out of here.
But they're also so good that when I see them on the team, I'm glad they're on our team. And then we have no complaints, which is, I think, a step above like middle ground where, I have no complaints about seeing them on my team. They're good all around.
Underneath that, we have, are you sure about that? Like, are you really sure you want to be that character right now? There are so many better options for you. Like, are you sure? Just think about it.
And not only that, but it's like, it could go either way. They could be really good or it could be a detriment to the team. But below that, we have liability, which I think is...
Girl, you're a liability.
Yeah, you gotta swap. We're gonna need your swap. And then below that,
Evil incarnate.
which I think we all know those characters that whenever we see them, we're wish we weren't. Ruin our day off the bat. And with that being said, let's start alphabetically with Anna. What do you think? I don't know. To me, I feel like she might be like a no complaints.
Yeah, that's pretty fair, I think.
Because I think she has good qualities. I think she's pretty well balanced where I'm never annoyed with her. There were times I wish certain Annas did more, but all around I think she's a pretty well balanced character.
She's always a good addition to the team.
Yeah.
The Biotic Grenade and Nano Boost are always good to have.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. It always adds something without like threatening to ruin the team comp.
Baptiste. I'm gonna put him, are you sure about that? Just because, like, there are just so many things that he can do, but you have to be good enough and know what to do in order to do those things well. And it's like super easy to not do anything on Baptiste.
I think that's fair. I honestly, see, that's hard because I want to put him higher just because of how good his healing output can be and even his damage output can be. But I feel like it's almost in the same ring as like Moira, where sometimes I only see them DPS and sometimes I only see them like heal bot. So I think, are you sure about that, is also the perfect choice for Bap. Brigida.
She's a liability, I'm not gonna lie. Like, having her on the team, like, there are just so many better options. Like, you could have Lucio, you could have Kiriko, you could have Waifu, you could literally have any other character and be better off. Like, she's good in some niche scenarios, and don't get me wrong, but I just think for the most part, you're better off playing anyone else.
No, that's true. I think just because she's down here doesn't mean she's bad. It's definitely just like a very niche choice where most of the time I am concerned about us winning this game if I see a Brig.
And a lot of the times for me when I try to play her, she just feels like too slow. She just feels like she hasn't been like brought into the like modern Overwatch 2 like support era. I feel like there's just something about her that's still like clunky to me that hasn't really been smoothed out over the years.
No, I see that. Alari. Okay. I feel like this might be controversial. But I feel like it's also a liability, or maybe, are you sure about that? I think she has a very strong, dependable healing output, but it's like the ult is so, it feels like almost situational, at least personally. And that's coming from someone who's mostly played console and recently moved to PC. The ult feels, it just got nerfed to the ground.
For me, it's, are you sure about that? For Alari, like, you can play her and do well, but at the same time, like, you're putting in so much effort that you don't have to put in. Like, you could just play Kiriko and put in half the work and get more value out of your effort.
That's true. That's a very good comparison. Like if you just pick Kiriko,
Yeah, you do have to work for double the reward, really. It's just like, it's so hard when characters like Kiriko are in the game.
and they just kind of do it better.
Anyway, we'll get to her later.
No, but I think Ilari, I think that's a good point too, because there's some people who are really good at her. Like, we played a few games against some people, and I'm like, okay, I need to hide around the corner. I need to make sure I'm not getting caught in this Sunstrike detonation. But like, other than that, I think Are You Sure About That is pretty fitting. Juno.
I think having Juno around now in this season, honestly, it's like she's right in between being a liability and Are You Sure About That for me, because as it stands, like, she can still do enough where having her on the team isn't like necessarily an issue in itself, but she's like getting really close to that like liability.
Yeah,
Like her, I think
the way they've treated her this season, I think, is bringing her pretty low. I honestly want to put her in liability just for that reason, because I feel like I play with her a lot, especially since she's come out. Like, it's gotten so much worse, and this season I think just highlights where they're going wrong with how they're treating her. But I could settle for Are You Sure About That?
Yeah, I could be fine with that.
Kiriko.
I think she needs a nerve. I don't know what they can do about the character, because they can't really change anything about her, because then they're changing what the character is.
Honestly,
Really like hero fantasy, and like adjusting numbers won't do enough. So like, she's in a really sticky situation, I think.
I agree. I think she's a top tier choice. Like, why would you not pick her when she can deal with people like Ana and just totally counter their abilities, as well as other DPS and tank heroes? But not only that, she can get into fights and out of them without even like thinking about it. And her damage output and her healing output, I think, say enough about why she needs a nerf, but also why I would love to see her on our team.
So the Protection Suzu is just such a good ability. It's so strong and like so versatile. It can be used in so many different situations on Kiriko and on her allies. Like, it's like honest biotic grenade, but like times 10.
Yeah, no, exactly.
It's super strong. It's a crazy ability.
Yeah, life Eva.
No complaints for me. When I see him on the team, I'm like, as long as I don't get grabbed for no reason, then we'll be fine. Then there are no complaints. Really, that's it. Like, he does so much healing now. They've buffed him a lot. Like, all around solid character.
I appreciate how they've been treating him, because I personally really enjoy him as a character. And the people who play him are generally pretty nice. I like them. They're always sweet people. And I would love to see more of him, honestly. I feel like I don't see enough of him. So I have no complaints about whenever I do see him. There's always the Tree of Life. I think it's a better version of Zenzolt. Hot take, I think it is. It's a little slow sometimes in the output, but the
initial house, like,
yeah,
it was really nice.
It's so good. Lucio. This is hard. I think this isn't Are You Sure About That for me, at least.
I would agree. Sorry, Frogger. Are you sure about that? Like, I don't know. Like,
there's really good ones, and then there's ones that I see where I'm like, it's just, you're trying to do so much, but nothing's happening.
If you want to play Lucio well, you have to be like a healing pylon.
Yeah.
You just have to stay next to your teammates and amp it up on cooldown with healing aura. You don't get to do any of the cool, like, Reddit Lucio stuff.
So like the high tier Lucio stuff, because, I mean, at least in the rank that we're in, it's hard to make Lucio a viable pick. But there are situations kind of similar to Brig, but I think a little more reliably than Brig. Lucio can do healing, do some support to the team.
I mean, don't get me wrong, his speed boost is wonderful. Like, him and Juno giving that speed boost is great, but I just like feel like there are so many like ways that you can get speed boosts. Like, Kiriko's ultimate can give you speed boosts. Like, there are just so many, like, I feel like Lucio is just not as necessary Like, if you want to go fast, like, you're picking Lucio, obviously. Like, don't get me wrong, but like, if your team's not going fast, like, I would raise an eyebrow at Lucio. Like, you're not gonna play Lucio in like a poke comp or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Or, like a bunker comp.
I might put him at the high end of Are You Sure?
Yeah, I put him like he's like treading the line between Are You Sure About That and No Complaints. Just depending on the comp and like what your team is trying to do.
Yeah, and for the most part, as long as I feel like whenever I see a Lucio, I try and cover what he might lack in sometimes. So I usually like playing with Lucio.
Yeah, it's super fun playing with Lucio. I'm like, yeah, he wants to go fast, let's go fast. Like,
yeah, let's do something fire. Let's make something happen. Mercy.
For me, she is kind of evil incarnate, and like,
but the thing is, she's so good. But like,
they've nerfed her a lot in Overwatch 2, and they've made it a lot harder to play Mercy. Like,
harder to play.
They really have, for the Mercy player. I think at least like they've nerfed her Guardian Angel cooldown so many times, and they've done a lot to her mobility to kind of decrease it. But even then, she can still be super slippery in the right hands.
Yeah, that's true. But I feel like for how easy they made her kit, it's also like it takes a very talented person to play her well. And whenever there's a Mercy, I cannot stand it. It's like a fly in the room that you just like want to get rid of. I love playing Mercy too. I think I have the most hours on her in the game, but it's like, it's so frustrating playing against her, and sometimes seeing her on the team when there's like an insta-lock Mercy, where sometimes I'm just like, please don't just like pocket your duo. The like rest of the team needs you too. So I honestly have to agree. Evil incarnate for me.
Moira.
She might be in the same boat as Mercy here, but
as a Moira main, I'm personally offended, but I agree. She's kind of like
evil incarnate.
She's like a liability and evil incarnate like simultaneously, while also needing a nerf. Like, she's such an interesting character. Like, she can do so many different things, but she doesn't do any of them well.
Like a jack of all trades.
Yeah, master of none. And like, her healing this season has been super strong. She's super good in Stadium. She's just fun to play, I think. And if you're okay just having fun playing Overwatch, then Moira's a fun pick.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I feel like in some ways she needs a nerf just because of how much healing she can output and how much damage she can output at once. But just for how she functions in the game, I think evil incarnate. And that's not to say she's bad at all, because honestly I'd put Kiriko in evil incarnate, but
I think she just needs a nerf. More.
She's, yeah. Wuyang, we haven't had much time with him, but in the little time we did have with him during that hero trial, honestly, no complaints. For me,
he was pretty fun. I thought all around his like kit and his abilities were pretty unique and interesting, and I thought when I played him, he was super like fresh and just like very interesting all around. I think he makes a good addition to a team. Like, he was super fun to play with Ana. Having the wave and the biotic grenade, there was so much healing. I think his healing, like the way it works, how it can be passive and active, is super cool.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting too, because I've seen a lot of people say his healing output like isn't enough, but personally when we were playing him, I was having so much fun, and it felt like a good balance of healing and damage in a very similar vein to Moira, except for the fact that he felt like he was going along the right path, where I wasn't worried someone was gonna follow this evil incarnate path. They were gonna do something totally that just made me say, I hate them. I like Wuyang. So far, I'm a fan.
Zenyatta, definitely the liability. But it's just like, why would you play Zenyatta? He doesn't have anything. Sure, he has a snap kick. In Stadium, he can fly around and stuff. But like, just, he's so diveable. Like, Discord Orb is a good ability, don't get me wrong. It's like valuable for amplifying your team's damage, but that's about all that Zen can offer. I just feel like Transcendence is not as valuable in 5v5 as it was in 6v6.
I agree. And also, if you leave him alone in the back line, he's gonna do good. Like, he'll pop off, he'll get his kills, he'll get his good healing, and he'll have some good transcendences too. But like, if you give him 2 seconds of attention and try to deal with him, then he can't do anything. And as someone who's tried to learn him, tried to play him, probably not totally correct. It often feels like I'm doing more of a disservice. That's not to say he's not good, but just that there's a lot of more situations where I wish I was playing someone different, or I wish I had someone else, some other support on the team who could help me out a little bit more.
Yeah, his harmony orb is like really hard to notice sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially like if you're not playing as a support, being supported like by Zen, having the harmony orb on you, you can't tell sometimes. The healing is super slow. I know they recently buffed it,
Especially,
but in comparison to all the other healers, like Mura's doing 80 healing a second.
Yeah.
Like Zen can't compete with that.
yeah,
You know what I mean? It's that like that's the kind of world we're living in. Lifeweaver's doing 80 healing with his Blossom. And like Kiriko's doing like how much healing with that thing? Like over 100, I think.
exactly.
It's crazy. Like,
And the thing is,
Zen just can't compete anymore. His damage isn't that valuable. Olari's damage is better. Baptiste's damage is better. Wuyang's damage is going to be better. Kiriko's damage is better. There's just no reason to play Zen anymore, in my opinion.
And the thing is, like, if you want to heal all that like tick damage, I mean, you have Lucio or Brig to do that. That's why I'm like, it's just the way he only does it for one person at a time is what makes it not as viable almost from like a long-term gameplay. So I'm looking at this now and I'm pretty content with it.
Yeah, I'm pretty satisfied. I think this is a pretty fair ranking, in our opinion, at least. Gotta let us know what you think in the comments. So
Yeah, like, what are your thoughts? Because I mean, honestly, I would have to say I feel like Baptiste definitely belongs in like needs a nerf just because of how much damage and healing he could put out, but because of the people who play him, from what we've seen in our ranks, that's why he's there. But I want to know like what you guys think, so let us know down below in the comments. Would love to know your guys' thoughts. And again, this is kind of just opinions. This isn't like who you should be playing or anything like that. More just
kind of having fun and talking about the characters that we like from the game.
which we like seeing them in the game because
It's not that serious.
yeah, more fun.
Yeah, so thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Like and subscribe. Check out some other videos. We have shorts as well. We also stream on Twitch. Thanks for watching again. Bye.
Bye.